All right, good morning to you on behalf of Nuke the House Sports Betting. I'm Ramon Scott. Welcome to the College Football Preview Show, top games, predictions, and analysis for the card here on Saturday, week number 10. We're here, we're wow. It's going to be a great day of sports betting. And don't forget, the guys are going to come your way as well today with UFC action. I know it gets underway at about 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific with the card, and the guys will be along to guide you along the way with the college football as well. Big day of sports, and of course, all leads up to tonight with a little something called the World Series. I guess it's lived up to expectations, huh? We're going to go over about a dozen college football games here as we lead up to the big noon kickoff here on Nuke the House. But don't forget, you can get my best plays and the plays from the guys here with the Nuke the House sports betting team on Saturday, including some prop action as well. I've got my 5 best plays behind the paywall here today, so make sure you're using that promo code Nuke the House, or also the promo code as well. I think oh gosh, I've got my own promo code here, believe it or not, gang, and I should be using it. Let me see if I can get it for you here. It is Nuke Nuke Ramon Nuke. Oh, I've got it here. Nuke Ramon. Nuke Ramon. I'm going to make a banner of it right now here on the show. We're going to get going here in just a second. Look at this. Nuke Ramon is my own passcode, and you're going to get a discount when you use it here with the team. There's some other passcodes as well. There it is. Boom, Nuke Ramon. Hey, I've got my own passcode here. If you subscribe up, they'll know you subscribed there with me. So thanks for joining us here on the show. Like I said, got to get started here. Hope you had a great Halloween. We're going to get to the action here right now with our team here and get going with college football today. So we got a great lineup of games, and I'm going to look at them here for you. About a dozen games here in the next 28 minutes. 2 minutes per game, and then an outro. And I may even have for you here plays from FCS. Stay tuned. We'll see if I can get those, if I can get done quick enough here. Maybe I have a couple of FCS plays to go. So let's go with the games here today, everybody. Duke and Clemson will get us started. I got to take a look here, think a little bit here. This isn't, I don't know if it's standout games, but I'm going to give it a whirl here with this one, with Duke coming in on the road. Just want to admit they are 3-1. No mistake. They're kicking here in the ACC for sure. Clemson is just 2-3 so far this season. Tigers have lost 3 of their 4 home games so far this season. So Duke is 0-3 when it scores less than 38 points, just because to show you what has been up here with their defense. Still going to be tough going in here into Death Valley a little bit, I would think, for Duke in this one. Now, they have gained over 400 yards in all 7 of their games so far this season, and they are a 4-2 to the over. They're also 9-5 against the spread, last 14 off of a loss, but only 7-13 last 20 against the spread as a road underdog here. Even though, like I said, they've lost 3 of their 4 home games. Klubnik is in here, and I think that's news for Clemson, maybe bad news for Duke. Tigers have still won 10 of the last 12 meetings, and Duke is 0-7 and 2-5 against the spread last 7 visits here into Clemson. I know that Duke getting a lot of respect here with this record, but I think here Clemson for me, I'm going to take the Tigers here in this one and give me Clemson here of my Nuke the House show play here in this one. Give me the Tigers -3.5. Hey, I'd love to hear from you in the chat if you got any questions, comments, or observations here on the show. I'd love to hear from you in the engage. That's what I like to do. Got a couple dozen of you in here already, so let's keep it going right now. Like I said, I'm just previewing mostly featured games, but I do want to mention here, obviously, undefeated Ohio State, and why not, with my man Julian saying, can't believe he's a freshman and has a chance at winning the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, there's some other great quarterbacks up there, too. You got Mateer, you've got Pavia, but hey, if you can get going here with Ohio State and keep it going, Julian Sayin could be in New York as a freshman here. I've followed this kid his whole career. He's from my area. I've seen him play. I saw him play in high school several times, watching his games at Carlsbad High School. They got another great team this year, does Carlsbad. They produce football talent, but he has fit in nicely here. It helps when you have all world wide receivers, right? Like they do at Ohio State. So, look, I've got this one behind the paywall. The total is my favored play of the day, but I will tell you, line has gone down to 18, and maybe this story was more about Julian Sayin than Ohio State's chances here. We could have talked about, Penn State and their, firing Franklin here this season and where they actually stand, considering they only have a 3-4 record here thus far. So yeah, we can kind of get into it that way as well. But I like Ohio State here to take advantage right now of a Penn State team that doesn't have a lot of confidence. You know what? If it was 2021 like it was, maybe I wouldn't be even recommending it here. But I think now here at 18 points and even 17.5 right now here at one book. I know there's the book here by me in Vegas is at 19, but I'm showing a couple of showing the big boy. I'm showing DK right now 17.5 minus 15. I like Ohio State actually in this one now that this one's kind of gone down. I think the Sharps are probably taking Penn State here, but I want Ohio State and I'm going to lay it with the Buckeyes here on Saturday. All right. Hey, I'm never going to go on any football show without talking about a matchup here between service academies. And why not? When you're talking about Army taking on Air Force here in this one, they always say, hey, always bet the under when the service academies meet. But maybe that's just when Army Navy meets. Maybe right now when you got, seen some overs here of late with some of the service academy teams, especially Navy as well. They've been going over too. But you know what? Quite frankly, you got this series. This is a dead under series, Army and Air Force. I think people have kind of been talking up in the run up to the service academy games too, because of the fact that, usually you go under. You know why? You don't want the Russians to think we got no defense. So the teams better play defense every time out. Still, nonetheless, 11 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. So that might just put the kibosh on it right there when you think about trying the over in this one. Yeah, Army here, just 3-4 right now coming in. They're 3-0 though when they allow 21 points or less, and they're 0-4 when they allow 24 points or more. Now it's pretty easy here, 24-24. So I guess it's going to be a loss here for Army if you think about it. Is it really? Is Air Force going to win? I will say this: Air Force has kind of won the last couple. Now since the last 6 of the last 8 meetings has been won by Army. In the last 2 years, Army has won 20-3 and 23-3. But I'm going to take Air Force actually in this game and give me Air Force to win it here against Army at home. Air Force does come in just 2-5. They're allowing 41 points per game, but again, 11 straight meetings have gone under, and I think it will be a bit of a grind here actually in the end. This is the first time that Army has been to Colorado Springs since the pandemic. They have not been here since before the pandemic. So Air Force, the Flyboys are still 25-16 against the spread in the last 41 non-conference games here. So far, Mountain West is 8-4 against the spread in non-conference games at home. Probably throw that out when it's Army versus Navy here, but Army is 10-13, last 23 coming in off of a loss. They have run for over 235 yards in every game so far this season in typical Army fashion. But I'm going to take Air Force actually in this one. Give me the Flyboys to win at home against Army. This is going to be good. Anytime. I love the Service Academy. Yeah, I love Army Navy, but I love all the Commander-in-Chief trophy games. Let's get to some games here, right? Vanderbilt and Texas. All waiting for this one. Diego Pavia, and yes, Manning is in for Texas. He's been cleared on that concussion protocol, and you know what? That may be enough here, really. Look, this is going to be a big one for Vandy. We know that. I'm kind of rooting for him a little bit, but I feel like going into Austin here, it just feels like a little much. Now, we know Manning has been a bit of a disappointment. That might even be an understatement. But he's definitely shown signs of life. He's shown great moments too, right, in the comebacks as well. So this is an awesome game. Vanderbilt here has had an incredible season. They have a good season. They could actually lose and still maybe make it in, but I don't know if they can. For Texas, it's do or die also here, I think. So Longhorns have won their last 3 games by 15, by 3, and by 7 points here. We know Vandy lost to Alabama, and that was it. Vandy scored 31 points in 6 of their 7 wins so far this season, and they've only scored 14 against Bama. We know that, but Coach Lee, 14-9 against the spread as a road underdog, although they are 8-13 against the spread last 21, coming in off of a win. The Horns here 2-5 against the spread as favorites so far this season. Doesn't give you a lot of confidence, but Texas did win last year in Nashville, 27-24 as just a 17-point favorite. They won by 3 there. So, you know what? I'm going to take the under here as my play on Nuke the House here as my official play. I want to root too hard for Vanderbilt. Texas may indeed get this win. They may end up covering that hook. The hook is probably what has me a little bit more concerned here. It's moved to 3.5 everywhere pretty much right now as Texas. So there is some money here coming in. It feels like on Texas here. So, all right. And that should be a hot one. That one is, you're talking about the noon kickoff. There it is. Big noon kickoff, 9 a.m. Eastern. It's not the big noon kickoff game, but nonetheless, it is at big noon for sure, as is this one with Miami taking on SMU. I think this is worth a call here for sure with Miami coming into this one at 6-1. SMU is 5-3 here. Almost want to say it's been a bit of a disappointment for SMU, especially when you're going to start spending all that money like they are. SMU is going to be around because they got money to spend, and they like spending it on their athletic program. If you know what, I'm old enough to remember when. And I think that now that the rules are what they are, SMU is going to be bringing in those recruits. So how will they do, though, here against Miami today? I mean, obviously, Miami's got a 10-point favorite in this one. That's a little bit aggressive here, to say the least. Look, I know Miami's probably supposed to be favored here, but I don't know if I would, pardon me, want to take them here necessarily laying the points in this one, but see how it goes here anyway today with these two for Miami here coming in. Like I said, they've got the better record here right now at 6-1. SMU, meanwhile, is just 5-3. Like I said, it maybe has been a disappointment, but nonetheless, SMU still won 17 of their last 19 games at home and 14 of their last 19 games overall. SMU is just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games dating back to last season. Miami, meanwhile, has won 6 of their last 8 on the road. They're also 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games coming in. Miami's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games coming in. SMU has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. So I've got the under in this one, actually, with Miami and SMU here in this one. Give me the under today in Dallas. All right, thank you for joining me here on Nuke the House channel. Remember, use the promo code Nuke Ramon to get your discount here with our picks here. Nuke Ramon is my password here, or my promo code here at Nuke the House Sports Picks. So make sure you're checking us out. We've got a great team of cappers here, and right now we've got all those games lined up for today behind the paywall here with our daily picks, including with the guys. You've got NFL tomorrow with Keg. There's some NASCAR here coming up as well. I think, or maybe it was last night. I know they were. I was watching them with some truck series there last night. Might have been, so it might be tomorrow. But nonetheless, you know what you get here with the guys and their incredible NASCAR betting as well. Make sure you use promo code Nuke Ramon. They'll let them know Ramon sent you. They sent me over here to talk a little college football here before the game. So let's move on to a big game in the AAC here with Navy and North Texas. Got to talk about this one. Navy 7-0 coming in. North Texas 7-1 coming in. We just did get word here. Jake Norris, he is questionable for the game. Brandon Chapman, the slot back of Navy, he is out of this game. Casey Smith, a wide receiver, out. Luke Hutchison, a wide receiver, he is out of the game. And Cody Howard, a wide receiver, he is out of this game as well here for Navy. And for North Texas, moments ago, Mackenzie McGill, their running back, he has been upgraded to probable. That's probably the big news here right now, actually, as we approach game time here with North Texas. I think that's a big development here, and I believe, let's take a look, has the line moved here? It might on this news. And North Texas still mostly 6.5 or 7. I've got North Texas actually to rout in this game. I'm going to take them here. It may go over this big number, believe it or not. I like North Texas actually. This total's gone all the way up to 68 now. I was on a show last night. It had actually gone down from the opener of 67 down to about 65.5. It's been all uphill here. We're seeing 68.5 right now in this one with Navy and North Texas. I'll take North Texas and lay it. All right. What do we've got Georgia versus Florida, a game where some adults might have some beverages in tall glasses that may contain alcohol. This is the cocktail party. What are you people doing? We have we can say cocktail party now. We're back to normal here, right? The world's largest outdoor cocktail party takes place here in Jacksonville, Florida. Don't tell me it doesn't. Florida here is an underdog. They fired their coach a few weeks ago. You got Georgia coming in here. Now, look, they are a big favorite. I get that. Here, you might be having some, Florida regret, if you will, with getting rid of Napier. I get it. Time's up. Didn't quite get it going there in Florida. You're not competing with the likes of Georgia, but here you got Georgia down to a 7-point favorite. It's almost a manageable price here, dare I say, right now, with Georgia here on the road in Jacksonville. It's a neutral site game. Technically, I mean, even though it says Jacksonville, Florida, we know that Jacksonville, I mean, that's in South Georgia practically. It's supposed to be halfway here. So we got Georgia here favored by 7. The total here is definitely 51 here in this one. And cover some of the data here with you, but kind of speed it up here. Man, this has been a fast half hour with me here. Anyway, all right. Like I said, you get rid of Napier, and maybe that's where the Gators might be a little bit of rebuilding here. They're 3-4, 2-2 in the SEC right now. So far in their losses, they're averaging just 12.5 points per game. That's not good. They're 1-5 against the spread. Their last 6 games overall, Georgia's gone 7-1 straight up in this series, but 5-3 ATS. Overs come in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams overall. I'm going under here in the cocktail party today. Give me the under in this one between Georgia and Florida here. Georgia's won their last 3 games by 21, 10, and 8 points. They're 4-1 in conference play, 6-1 overall. Should caution, Georgia is just 7-18 their last 26 games as a favorite against the spread, and also just 7-18 against the spread their last 25 coming in off of a win. I'm going to go under with Georgia and Florida. Got another good one here with the good quarterbacks for sure. We got Mateer going up against Aguiar here. Mateer. Look, I don't know who is your Heisman leaders. You got Mateer. You've got Pavia, obviously. You got to put him in there as well. We've talked about some other guys that you've got to consider. Fernando Alberto Mendoza as well. How about Haynes King? Anybody going to deny that Haynes King hasn't had a great year for undefeated Georgia Tech? And so got some great candidates for Heisman. Maybe you have a favorite as well, but those are some of the guys they're talking about, and got one of them here for sure in Mateer. And Tennessee, though, is actually favored in this game against Oklahoma. Man, this should be practically a shootout, it feels like to me. I think Tennessee is probably the popular side here, and I want to be a little bit contrarian. And I'm on Oklahoma. I'll make no mistake about it. I'm not going to dilly-dally here with this matchup. I like OU to come in. They're 6-2, 2-2 straight up. They've lost 2 of their last 3, obviously, after a 5-0 start. Mateer did have an injury designation, but I think he's actually off the injured list coming in here. Now, under Venables, Oklahoma is just 12-18 against the spread in conference games, and sometimes it can be a disaster when Oklahoma's isn't getting things done. But with Aguiar here, the Volunteers, they've had over 400 yards in all 8 of their games this season, but they've also allowed 31 points or more in 5 of their last 6 games and allowed an average of 40.5 points in 2 losses that they've had so far this season. Now, Tennessee is 16-10 against the spread as a home favorite under Heupel, but just 16-21 against the spread in the SEC. Tennessee won last year 25-15 in Norman as a 7-point favorite. They won it by 10. So the Vols did outgain them by 125 yards in that game, and that was the first time the teams had met in 10 years. So I'm going with Oklahoma in this one. A little bit of I'll even sprinkle the money line here on this one. I like Oklahoma to beat Tennessee today, but maybe grab those 3 points. It could be a whale of a game. All right. Hey, I'm going to have a FCS pick here at the end of the show. So stay tuned if you want to hit the added board with me. Next up, USC is taking on Nebraska. And hey, Matt Rule, hopefully he can get his, get out there on the field with those heavy pockets with all that money. They prevented him from leaving. They gave him that contract. He's not going to Penn State. He's in Lincoln. You know who else is in Lincoln? Lincoln's in Lincoln. Lincoln Riley brings SC in here today to take on Nebraska. And usually I'd like Nebraska in a role like this. I was on a show last night saying, man, this is where you want to take Nebraska maybe. Not when they're laying 3 points at Rutgers or something like that, when they're getting points at home. But, upon further evaluation, upon further examination, SC's going to have too much for him, it feels like. And now the spread's gone down from 6 to 4.5. Makes it just attractive enough for me to make it as my show pick here. I'm probably not getting there as a premium, but I do like SC here. They are still laying a 5 here at some spots, but I'm showing one offshore book has it at 4 minus 115. So I'm going to take SC here to win and cover on the road against Nebraska today. If you have to grade it at 5, that's fine, but I think you could do better than that. Maybe just take the money line. Final. $2 or so, but I like SC here. I mostly like them to kind of stymie Nebraska with the defense, and I think Nebraska may have a hard time actually here. Look, the total here is 59, so you really think that Nebraska here is going to score 28 points today? And I don't know if they're going to score 28 points against SC in this game. I'm going to take USC in this one. I've got one more game to talk about here on the show. If anybody says here, 4 dozen of you are watching, so if you have a game you'd like me to touch on, let me know. But I'm going to give you an FCS pick in just a moment. So we hope we're going to win that. It's going to start at the top of the hour, so be ready. We're going to give it to you real late. You have like 1 or 2 minutes maybe to get it in there. But let me talk about Cincinnati and Houston here. This would be one of the highlight games of the day for sure, with Bearcats on the road here taking on the Utes. The Bearcats have been awesome. I don't know if they've faced a defense like the Utes have here so far. The line here in this one right now is Utah -10, total 56. Cincinnati coming in 7-1, 5-0. They were they've won 7 in a row. Who did they lose to? Nebraska, 20-17. They've won 7 straight since then. 5-0 in conference play, averaging 37 points per game. But I don't know if they played someone like Utah. Now, Sorsby's a nice quarterback. He's done a nice job. Not in the Heisman candidates, but under Satterfield, Cincinnati just Satterfield is 13-18 against the spread as a road dog there. Cincinnati, though, is 4-1 against the spread in conference games this year, coming in 5-0 in conference. Utah's 3-2 in conference, and they're a 10-point favorite. So, it does show a little bit of the strength of schedule there. The last 4 games, Utah's rushed for over 205 yards coming in. They've scored 31 or more points in their 6 wins. In those 2 losses, they scored just 10 and 21 points. But I don't know if they're going to necessarily be limited here. I think Dampier is in this game. I know this is probably the biggest question mark for everybody today, but I think he's in there. Now, Tobias Merriweather, he is out of this game for sure, ruled out here. But I think Dampier's in. I think that's why it is 10 points here, and I think Utah can get him here. But I'm going to take the under as my official play. Maybe you can read between the lines here. Sounds like I like both Utah and the under here on Nuke the House. So maybe we could roll a little parlay there. Maybe you want a little 2-team teaser. Everybody says, don't tease through the number, don't tease this and that. Tease it. Come on. That's what it's there for. You use those products the way you need them. Yeah, maybe don't tease through 0 most of the time. But, hey, if you've got – people say, oh, where do you get the advantage there, in the teaser? You're giving away such a high – you are, but if you're also getting a play where you have where you think you have a big advantage, you should be using the teaser as part of your arsenal also to, keep the books happy. You know what I mean? Everybody complaining about getting, limited or banned. You got to put some parlays in. You got to put some teasers in to keep your status, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right, you guys, been a good show here on Nuke the House. I'm at 1 play. Let me get my FCS sheet here because I've got 1 play, and I'm going to give you on the FCS board coming up, I believe, let me see here at the top of the hour, and it is Columbia. They are getting 20. They might be a little less here right now, but this is my play for you, FCS here to send you on out of here. Columbia. Let me get it here. It's a 9 o'clock start, just about to go here in about 3 or 4 minutes. It's game number 039040 there, if you know what I mean, if you're doing the added board. The line is down here. In fact, if you hurry, check offshore, check Bovada. It might still be, I'm showing 23.5. I'm sure it's not there yet. Most every book's down to 19.5. So maybe if they're a little late, you can get it. But my play here for you on the Nuke the House channel is Columbia. Fight on the Hudson Valley. Fight on to victory, Columbia. Use the promo code Nuke Ramon. Join our team here at Nuke the House. So we still got a few weeks left of the football season. These guys will pass you along a great code. Don't miss one of single college or NFL bet from our Nuke the House sports betting team. Keg is having a monster year as usual, and our team of bettors was up 128 units in the NFL last season. I'll be here with Holden tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. We get you ready for the NFL action with our 30-minute preview show. I give you a bunch of players I think are going to go off and make a bunch of picks with Holden, and we promote the NFL coverage. Make sure you join us here tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific for the NFL preview show, and I post my college football plays right here all season long behind the paywall at Nuke the House Sports Betting. We also live bet every NFL game during the season with the guys. Can get our picks while watching our live betting shows or sign up for our live betting notifications that come right to your mobile device. Visit nukethehouse.com. Sign up for any plan. We won't charge you unless you want to be charged. Use that promo code Nuke Ramon to get a discount on the packages here. And that's Nuke Ramon. Come join the winners at Nuke the House. All right, I think I've done it. I've gone right up until the noon hour here. And don't forget to join the guys today for the coverage here all day long with the UFC coverage from Las Vegas, right here in Las Vegas. Garcia and Onama should be fireworks in that one. That's why they moved that one. That's why they made that the main event. So get these heavyweights to the co-main event with Cortez Acosta and Anta Delija because we want the explosive guys. All right, that's it. Enjoy the games today. And for Nuke the House, I'm Ramon Scott. So long and enjoy your sports betting day and enjoy the World Series tonight. It's LA versus the world. Who you on? Might be on the world. Nuke the House.